Hey everyone, this is Gerald from Gaahleri. Welcome to our Q&A session. Remember when we launched our awesome Mobius Premium Airbrush series on Christmas 2023? Well, it's been a few months now, and many of you have gotten your hands on these airbrushes and have been using them non-stop to create amazing art. We have received tons of positive feedback, and we are incredibly grateful for all your support and suggestions. Of course, we understand that some of you have encountered a few minor issues while using the airbrush. So in this Q&A episode, I'll be addressing some of the most common questions to help you better understand and use the Mobius airbrush. Let's dive into it. Question 1. Why are there bubbles in the fluid cup and why is the spraying intermittent? This issue isn't exclusive to Mobius. Even before its release, many customers using other Gaahleri airbrushes encountered it. The reason is pretty simple. The nozzle cap isn't tightened. Mobius uses this quick-release nozzle design, which is super convenient for fast disassembly and cleaning. Plus, it's less prone to clogging compared to threaded nozzles. Behind the nozzle there's a white PTFE ring for sealing. So, if the nozzle cap isn't tightened, air can flow back into the airbrush through the sealing ring, leading to bubbles in the fluid cup and difficulty spraying paint. Alright, let's break it down. First, loosen the needle chucking nut. Then pull the needle back. Firmly tighten the nozzle cap, reinsert the needle, and finally, tighten the nut. Give it another spray to see if the issue is resolved. Pulling back the needle beforehand serves to prevent potential damage to the nozzle if the needle is too far forward. This way, when tightening the nozzle cap, there's less risk of compressing the needle and nozzle too tightly together, which could lead to nozzle damage. Question 2. Why is it that when I pull the main lever, but no paint comes out? First, make sure that the needle chucking nut is securely tightened. This ensures that when you pull the main lever, the needle will also be pulled back, allowing the paint to flow out of the nozzle. If the issue persists, it's likely due to using paint that is too thick or has been stored for too long, resulting in nozzle clogging. Start by giving the airbrush a simple cleaning. Then disassemble it and clean the needle, nozzle and nozzle cap separately. Next, reassemble them. Here I need to emphasize the order of installation. First, place the nozzle into the nozzle cap, then tighten the nozzle cap. Install the air cap next, and finally install the needle and tighten the nut. It's especially recommended for beginners to follow this sequence during installation, or remember to always install the needle last. Following these steps should likely restore the airbrush to working condition. Question 3. Why does the sprays out even when I did not trigger the main lever? This is because the needle isn't inserted all the way to the front, meaning the nozzle hole isn't completely blocked. Simply loosen the needle chucking nut. Gently push the needle forward until it's fully inserted, and then tighten it. However, sometimes even when installed correctly, there might be a very small amount of paint leakage. Why does this happen? Let me show you a simple diagram. When there is dried paint residue inside the nozzle, the needle won't be able to insert all the way to the front, thus failing to seal the nozzle. You can use a cleaning needle to clean the inside of the nozzle, and I believe this issue will be resolved. Question 4. Why is there a collision sound when the main lever is pressed? Gaahlerie's other airbrushes such as GHAD39 use this type of main lever, which requires alignment with the holes inside the airbrush during installation, which can be a bit tricky. It's precisely because of this structure that there's a slight damping sensation when pressing the main lever. The main lever of Mobius features a brand new structural design, allowing for straightforward vertical insertion during installation, greatly enhancing convenience. Because the main lever directly contacts the valve underneath, it offers smooth operation, akin to the tactile feedback of a mechanical keyboard. The main lever functions similarly to a mechanical switch, controlling the airflow of the airbrush. Hence, the crisp sound you hear is a natural result of its operation. Question 5. The main lever will not return to its original position. To address this issue, simply ensure that the needle chucking nut is tightly secured. If there's dried paint residue on the needle, it's essential to clean it thoroughly to prevent any obstruction. By doing so, you should be able to prevent the main lever from stucking or failing to return to its original position. Simply loosen the nut and quickly pull the needle chucking guide a few times. Then, tighten the nut firmly and pull the main lever again. This should release the stuck needle. Afterwards, proceed with cleaning as necessary. Applying some lubricating oil to the contact area between the needle and needle guide can effectively prevent this issue from occurring in the future. Question 6. What should I do if paint leakage occurs after adjusting the needle guide? The needle guide is also known as a check valve. It is secured by a screw to compress a PTFE sealing ring. When the needle passes through them, they seal to prevent paint from flowing into the rear needle chucking guide along the needle. We have learned from our communication with customers that many users are accustomed to adjusting the needle guide, such as tightening the needle guide to increase the resistance of needle movement, thereby making the main lever feel heavier. While this method may be effective, as the manufacturer of the airbrush, we strongly advise against it. The reason is simple. The sealing ring used to prevent paint backflow is made of corrosion-resistant PTFE material. This material does not have elasticity like rubber. Once you compress it too tightly and then loosen it, it may be difficult for it to return to its original state. As a result, when you loosen the needle guide again, paint leakage often occurs. During assembly, all our airbrushes are set up to ensure that the needle guide is in a perfectly balanced state, allowing the needle to pass smoothly without any paint leakage. As the airbrush is continuously used, the needle will inevitably rub against the internal PTFE sealing ring, leading to minor wear and potential paint leakage after thousands of friction cycles. You can detect this phenomenon through the visual window. In such cases, simply tightening the needle guide by a very small angle will reseal it. This is the only instance where you should adjust the needle guide. Mobius has specifically optimized this main lever adjustment knob, which serves as the only correct way to adjust the main lever's resistance. Additionally, when loosening the adjustment knob, it's crucial not to let it come into contact with the needle chucking nut or expose the threads. Otherwise, both the nut and needle will be pulled backward together, affecting the performance of the airbrush. Question 7. Can I purchase a Mobius 0.3mm airbrush and use it with the 0.2mm nozzle cap and needle to achieve dual nozzle sets in one airbrush? The official response is, it is possible to install, but not recommended. If you wish to try, please make sure to purchase the same model of nozzle cap and needle, and replace them all together when switching. The reason why it's not recommended is because besides the differences in these three components, Mobius version 0.2 and version 0.3 also have different airbrush body constructions. For example, version 0.2 features an air adjustment knob. Furthermore, the 0.2mm has a smaller airflow, which, when paired with more precise small airflow nozzle sets, can achieve finer line drawing. The 0.3mm is designed for better atomization with a larger airflow. If you install the 0.2mm nozzle sets on the 0.3mm airbrush, you may not only fail to achieve the excellent detail effect of the original 0.2mm airbrush, but also experience some impact on atomization effect. That's also the reason why we intentionally designed two different airbrushes. Question 8. I purchased two Mobius airbrushes simultaneously and got the parts mixed up during cleaning. How can I differentiate between the components? We have received quite a few related emails. Once again, we want to express our gratitude for everyone's love for Mobius airbrush. The specific differentiation method can be seen in this image. We apologize for any confusion caused. Moving forward, we will adding more noticeable markings to prevent such confusion. Question 9. Can Mobius be fitted with the fluid cup from the A series? The answer is yes. Although Mobius uses entirely new specifications for its components, Gaahlerie's entire range of fluid cups is fully compatible. This means you can even fit Mobius with the oversized fluid cup from the Swallowtail series, or separately purchase a 110 OZ cup to fit the GHAC 98D. All accessories are available for purchase on our official website. Alright, that concludes this edition of the Mobius Colon Q&A. We hope it has been helpful to you all. Feel free to follow us and engage in discussions in the comment sections, share your experiences or ask questions. You can also reach out to us via email. Additionally, don't forget to check out our official website www.gaahleri.com, where you can join the Gaahleri membership to earn points and receive notifications about official promotions firsthand. Next time, I will continue answering your questions. See you all next week. Carpe diem.